Already ready? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Stand closer because he has to talk.
I want to be famous.
All right,
Irving Media.
You have to even though you won in two angles, you're gonna, that way you'll have eye contact.
You guys rolling?
yeah, what are we talking about?
Ok, bon, nous sommes ici avec Charles Leblanc.
Oui.
And you're teaching me a little bit about Kashik. Is that what was happening?
Shiak.
Shiak. Shiak.
Le Shiak.
Yeah, okay, so what's the lesson in Shiak? So, je suis parle un peu de français.
Shiak, on n'est pas des Québécois, on est le Shiak. Tu sais, mon car est dans le parking lot.
Okay.
On dit pas, ma voiture est dans le stationnement. Mon car est dans le parking lot. Je vais chercher, je vais. Il y a assez Shiak. C'est demi-français puis demi-anglais.
Okay, bon. So I have a question. We also were talking about, so Charles Leblanc, I don't need to introduce him, maybe I do to the West Coasters. Blogger here, fearless blogger in a land that has total media control, right? So we're learning a little bit about the Irving family and their influence in how it is that people think and tell stories out here in New Brunswick. Give me a sense of what it is, because I'm new here, so...
You're new. Let me put it this way. I'm old. I'm in my 50s. You remember Spider-Man, the cartoons?
Yeah.
And Spider-Man would approach J. Jonah Jameson and said, "Oh, I want this letter to be printed. What's that? I want this letter to be saying that you call me a nuisance of society. I want you to print this story." And now we have it as Mr. Irving, I want this letter to the editor against the Forestry Act to be published. And he says, no, I can't because I own all the paper mills in this province. And this is the problem that we're running into New Brunswick. We're not allowed to speak our mind because Irving owns all the newspapers, he owns all the forestry, he owns all the land, he owns everything. And if citizen dares to speak up against them, there'll be, Irving has a blacklist. And once you're on the blacklist, nobody, all the companies that Irving has to deal with, if you work for them, Irving will cut off the business from those businesses, the little small businesses, if the company hires you. So at the end, unfortunately, the media don't talk about this. There's a lot of people that have committed suicide. There's a lot of people to put food on the table for their loved ones have left this province and never returned because they were on the blacklist. And you know what? That's not right.
So what's the kind of thing, am I on the blacklist now, you think?
You will be, once you go publicly, they want to know who you are. We have here in New Brunswick, Irving, the industrial security. They have more resources than the RCMP. They will get everything on you. Nobody knows who you are, but once you start doing stuff like this, they're gonna go after you to find out who you are. Me, I'm in a position I could do what I do because I'm not married, I have no kids. Now, if I had a wife at home and said, she's not going to say, "Oh, honey, how many pictures have you took today? Oh, let me put your pictures, your videos on the computer." If you have responsibility, you have to be silent. And here in New Brunswick, many people are very, very silent. And Irving will find out who you are in the next 72 hours.
Okay. And so a lot of people are looking at your blog though, clearly. Like, so you're offering an alternative in a landscape that has been totally dominated and owned and controlled. Why is it that people are looking to your work?
Well, a lot of people used to look at I used to get 600 or 700 people per day that visited my blog. And then I started to turn, the police came after me on false charge, and I fought back. So they cried to the city, and the city shut down, and ordered Google to shut down my blog. So now I got a new blog. Oh yes, they accused me to have, that's another story. But anyway, there's so many stories. So they held a news conference, they called me a racist, did everything, and my blog was shut down. But I started a new one. Now I have 200 to 300 people a day that goes there because they're unique people. But like somebody told me, they don't visit my blog every day, but they know it's there. If there's an issue that comes up, they know it's there. So that's the important thing. Here, the Irvings, they got rid of their Irving photographers. You know, the photographers? It was so sad to see our mayor and the governor general to leave City Hall. And there was no photographers. Irving got rid of that. But they said, well, if you want to be famous, take a picture, send it to the Irving media. We won't pay you, but we'll put your picture in the paper. And another thing we should be concerned is I predict that Irving will shut down all their papers next year. Paper, and they're all put it online. If our community says, okay, enough is enough, we want our own paper. So they will start their own paper. But Irving will come back and for true advertisement, make sure that paper shuts down. So it'll only be online, but you have to pay to see what's going on. You know what I mean? Just like an example, when the three RCMP officers were shot in Moncton, everybody was looking for information. Irving didn't even open his paywall on the website to help the citizen to know what was going on. You had to pay. So it all has to do with money and power.
So, how is it that the question that you asked me? What do people do when they're being held economically hostage? What is the way to overcome the situation? How can we make the situation better?
Well, it's like it's not an easy task. It's who you know to survive. It's like I told you, Sean Graham tried to sell NB Power to Hydro Quebec, and next thing you know, there's 20,000 members on Facebook that said they were going to fight to save this. I said, do you expect 20,000 people on Facebook to surround the legislator? And you know what? If it wasn't for the union, it might have been, in the winter there was that much snow, there might have been maybe 30 to 40 people out of 20,000. If it wasn't for the union, people are afraid. And what they do to survive, it's just, roll the dice, and if you're lucky to get a job, no problem. But the way things are going now, the economy, and we need true leadership. And Brian Gallant, we haven't heard much from the new premier, but we're New Brunswickers, we're tough, and we will survive.
I believe it. I can see the resilience here for sure, and the fact that people are paying attention to what you're doing in these stories means that people are still thinking critically about what's happening here, right?
I mean, a lot of people will say you got to be an idiot to walk around and have longer in the back. I mean, look! I said, look at that. He's an idiot, but that idiot sometimes I can come up with good stories once in a while.
Yeah, you've been breaking a lot of stories recently.
Oh, once in a while it happens, but we need more idiots like me to speak up. But if we have more idiots like me that speak up and fight, that would be called, what's that word? Oh yeah, revolution. Revolution. And we know what happened to the people that set up the guillotine. It was used on themselves, so I better watch what I'm saying.
Well, I guess for me, I'm advocating more for an evolution than a revolution. I think that we need to work from where we're at right now, and that we can do better if we just actually respect the fact that we live in a democracy. We can explore ideas in an open forum.
Do we live in a democracy? What kind of democracy are we living in?
I think that we need to update it, and I think that we need to engage in it. I don't know if we do totally right now, but if we're not committed to attempting to realize it, then we're lost.
I'll give you a news break. We live in a democracy. We live in a capitalist system. This capitalist system sometimes, it's better than the third world or the second world. Well, let me give you a tip. The pipeline will not go through Canada. I told that to the premier 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Les Québécois are not going to allow that pipeline to go to Quebec because Quebec wants to be independent. And if you want to be independent, you need clean water, right? And if you don't have clean water, you don't have independence. So you think they're going to allow a crazy, rusted, old, dirty, filthy tar sand pipeline to go across Quebec? There's one thing about those moody Québécois. They're smart.
So you don't even think the fight's gonna have to come here?
No, it's just an avenue to make it look good. The jobs are going to come. The jobs, there's no pipeline. Pipeline's not going to come. No, but we need the activists that's fighting now. They don't have the attitude of saying, okay, it's true the pipeline's not going to come. In their mind, the pipeline is coming. They got to stop it. And to our native friends and the people that's fighting, but Québécois is not going to allow a pipeline. Impossible.
That's good news.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to rest in that knowledge, but I hope you're right about that. And I think that a lot of these, Harper has been saying that we're going to be an energy superpower for the last documentary.
Harper, do you pay attention to what he says?
Oh, well, I mean...
I don't even pay him when he makes his speech. See, I used to know all the ministers in the federal government. I don't know one of them. Because not one of them has opened their mouth the last 10 years. Because Harper is not allowing them. When they say Harper, the first speaker, I just switch the TV. I don't pay attention.
Well, but people got to get out there and vote if they want to.
If you don't vote, keep your mouth shut. If I was a politician, I would make sure you're coming to me with a complaint. Oh, excuse me, what's your name? Charles LeBlanc? Excuse me 1 second. Did you vote? Oh, you didn't vote. I'll talk to you. They come and see me in the month. I gotta talk to the people that voted before I talk to you. That's what I would do as a politician. But people say, well, I'm against this, and then suddenly, did you vote? Oh, no, I can't vote. I don't vote. I don't believe in supporting the establishment. If you don't vote, shut up. And me, I have ADHD, and I can't shut up, right? And a conversation?
And a conversation, thank you.
Nice to meet you. Good work. You too.
All right, it's all done.